Okay, you can tell us your name then?
My name is Chris Phillips.
Okay.
31. I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Okay. So, how long have you been part of Occupy then?
Since the very beginning. Last year, about 1 year ago. Next Monday, we turn 1 year old, and I was supportive of this movement from the first day.
Okay.
So,
what made you want to join this movement?
So many things. There's a lot of problems in the world, you know, from extensive hunger to homelessness to war to a lack of good health care, a lack of good hospitals, a lack of good schools. And it really stems from the major flaws in our system that enable greed and enable corruption and don't hold politicians and corporations accountable for doing what the people need them to do. They are beholden to profit and not people, and that's why this movement exists, and that's why I joined it.
I love it. Cool. What do you make of what Occupy has accomplished so far?
I make a lot of it. You know, I've got a mixed review. Some of it I'm really happy about, some of it not so much. But I think our greatest victory is the fact that after a year and after thousands of arrests and thousands of attacks, we're still here and the people are happy, and I don't think it's going anywhere for a really long time, and that's what all of this tells me right here.
So you said a mixed review. What could be improved then?
Well, we have some issues in terms of like how we present ourselves as a movement. I've always thought it a major flaw to call ourselves leaderless, because these are the people taking a stand against the system and really working to improve the world that we live in. So they're really leaders, all of them. So I say leaderful, and I believe that that's empowering, whereas leaderless is disempowering, it takes the power away. So things like that. And ultimately, instead of like, you know,
the birds on the wall.
instead of like the typical leader, you know, that's in charge and has subordinates and gives orders, the kind of leaders that we're talking about are doers, creators, beers.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. Very proud to Occupy. Standing up for justice in this country.
I am with you.
We're with you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
God bless.
I'm wondering, what do you say to the critics who said that Occupy has died, that Ducati Park was evicted in November of last year and things like that, the movement's gone stale? What do you say to those people?
I think that they're too locked in trying to define something that cannot be so easily defined. This thing is much larger than one square. We went global, and we've got a network now of hundreds of thousands of people everywhere. So it's absurd to think that it's just going to die because you send some cops and barricades into a park. That's a little ridiculous. And also to that, you know, you'd have to kill every single person sitting out here on the sidewalk for it to be dead, and I don't think they're going to do that. So
yeah, I know it's the 2000 law that was passed in 2000, and it says that you're allowed to occupy sidewalks for political demonstrations.
That's exactly
right.
right.
You're taking advantage of that law, right?
Exactly right. That is what is one of the major protective mechanisms operating here, in terms of how we have been here for 98 days now.
You've been here for 98 days?
This is now officially one of the longest running protests in the history of the country.
So you've been here for 98 days?
Yes, sir.
Are you employed right now, or?
I've been at this occupation for about 60 days. I came in at about 30. But this whole encampment has been here for 98 days.
All right, cool. So maybe you're just kind of like in between right now, not really working any real job or something like that, or?
I do work jobs, I make money, and I occupy professionally, so people usually donate some money to help me do that and keep me going so that I can continue standing up for their rights, because a lot of them can't be here, and so they send me money from around the country and help me
cool.
stay up.
That's nice. So, of course, as you obviously know, we're approaching Occupy Wall Street's 1 year anniversary on September 17th, 2012. What do you make is going to happen on Monday? What's going to happen?
A lot. I think you're going to have thousands of people taking a stand. That is definite. There will be lots of arrests. They're going to try and shut down intersections all across the financial district. And then you've got this occupation itself, Trinity right here, is going to be providing a support network for all of those people while they do what they do. And there's actions going on in Foley Square. We got a concert going on and other stuff, including the birthday march that I just invited you to. And you know, we're really hoping not to get everybody arrested. My feeling is that if you have a good time and you dance and you're laughing and you're singing and you're really connecting with people positively, that is a magnet to people. But if you are getting your skull cracked and getting arrested and getting tossed around, it's less attractive to Joe Schmo sitting at home reading or watching us on television. So, you know, I'm trying to have more fun and not get people arrested. So I'm praying and hoping to God that the arrest numbers are low and our numbers on the street are high.
Okay. Anything else to add?
Say what?
Anything else to add?
Yeah. Let's pay down the American national debt, which is over $15 trillion right now. And if we do that, we restore American sovereignty. American sovereignty means actual independence. Without that, we are dependent, and we're dependent on the international banks and the Federal Reserve to provide us with our currency and our economy. Well, I tell you that they're the ones guilty for putting us in debt, keeping us at war, not building schools, not training teachers, and instead building bombs, guns, and tanks and bullets and doing all of that instead of what people really need. So make sure that you do your research. Google the Federal Reserve. Google the national debt. Go to usdebtclock.org. Check out the facts and really educate yourself, and then you can educate others, and that is the most important thing that we can do.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.